Hey Pilates party people, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline, a certified Pilates and yoga instructor here in Christchurch, New Zealand. Today's practice is a full body mat workout. We do have some props and tools to get this party started, making sure that you have 1 kg to 2 kg weights that can look like water bottles or soup cans as well. We'll start today's practice in all fours. So taking those hands nice and wide onto the mat, under the shoulders, knees under the hips, untuck the toes, tops of the feet, press into that mat, same as those shins, taking a cat and cow. As you exhale, nod the chin, scoop the tail, lift that mid-spine all the way to the sky. Inhale, open the heart, tip the hips all the way up. Heart center shines through those shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Last breath here. Inhale back to a neutral spine, meaning the crown of the head or the tops of the ears reach forward, the tail draws all the way back, keeping the spine in neutral. Feel that sensation of hugging the lowest rib towards the spine. As you exhale, inhale, keep that hug. From here, option to always find those fists or those forearms throughout practice. We have a lot of weight bearing, a lot on the wrists and a lot on the shoulders. As you exhale, keep the hips and the shoulders nice and square. Feel that hug in and up of the lowest rib and reach that right arm in front of you. Flip the palm to face in as if you're going to shake someone's hand. And then slowly turn it back down. Find the mat. On to the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Draw it all the way back down. Notice that control. Noticing the shift in the weight. Making sure those hips stay nice and square. Pressing through both knees equally, both shins, both tops of feet. Shoulders are staying nice and square, and that every exhale, we have that lift up and in of the lowest rib. There is a soft doming in the upper back once you do that. Next time, we'll add on option here to add on opposite leg to opposite arm. So I'm going to start with the right arm reaching, flick a piece of sand with the left toes, reach it out nice and long, just to hip height, and then slide both the arm and the leg back. Now again, you want to reach out nice and long with that left arm this time, right leg, shake someone's hand, and slowly flip the palm, drawing it down. So we're flicking the sand because we don't really need that height in this movement with that leg. We really want to feel that length, opening through the front of the hip, feeling that reach, and drawing back. Also taking a look at those hips, making sure those hips are nice and square. The shoulders are square. And now that we're using the lower body a little bit more, as you exhale, not only noticing that hug of the lowest rib, but noticing the hug in and up of the lower abdominals. Feeling that lift. Last two. Full core engagement. Last one. Drawing back, take a nice low kneel, wring out those wrists. Awesome work in that bird dog. Whew. All right, let's take it on to the forearms now. So still a lot of work in those shoulders. Coming into all fours, then where the hands are, replace them with those elbows. Hands clasped in front. As you exhale, hug the lowest rib. Feel that soft doming through the upper back, but pressing through the palms of the hands, reaching the crown of the head nice and long, tail nice and long. And then we're going to kick some sand behind us. So as you exhale, left leg reaches nice and long, just to hip height. Flex that left foot, draw the heel towards the glute. Reach it back out as you point the toe and slide that knee back in. To the other side we go. Flex the foot, inhale, hamstring, reach out, point the toe, and fold under. On to the other side. Try to minimize the shift in those hips. Imagine you have 2 coffees on the back of those hips, and we can't spill a drop. Keeping that nice pace, that slow, controlled movement, flowing with your breath. Focusing on those shoulders, making sure they're not shifting. The hips doing the same. Last one. And once you're ready, fold back down. Coming into that nice low kneel. Let's take those weights and roll out those shoulders, coming into a high kneel here, knees under those hips. Untuck or tuck those toes under, whatever stabilizes you today. We're going to make sure that the tail doesn't feel like it's scooping under, but feels like it's nice and heavy, almost drawing to the back of those knees and anchoring us down. The shoulders are going to roll up towards the ears and rock and roll all the way, sliding down the spine into the back pockets. We'll keep them there. Same as we did before. With every exhale, you want that hug down and in with that lowest rib. Feeling that sensation of hugging up and in with the lower abdominals, down and in with that lowest rib. All right, as you exhale, feeling all that lift up of the lower abdominals and that hug in of the upper. Drawing down. Inhale, exhale, lateral reach. Last 2, the shoulders are soft. They're still in the back pockets. Beautiful work. Let's add on here. So reach out in that lateral lift, flip the palms, inhale, exhale all the way up overhead. Keep that spine nice and long, hug the lowest rib. Reaching out, flip the palms, and draw back down. Let's take one long exhale all the way up. So exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hug the lower abdominals a little bit more with that core engagement. Last one. All right, exhale. Sweep it all the way out to the side. Now we're going to keep those arms nice and long and at shoulder height. Keep the ribs knit, reaching through the crown of the head. Reach those shoulders or those arms out in front of you. Shoulders stay in alignment. Reach those arms, flip the palms, and lift up. Drawing back to center, flip the palms, and draw it forward. All right, let's find that breath. Inhale, flip the palms, exhale, sweeping forward. Inhale, sweeping back, hug those shoulder blades, flip the palms, exhale, all the way up. Really, really nice breath. It's harder than it looks. I don't know about you, but those shoulders are sizzling. One more time, take it forward. Take it up. This time, big circle sweep with those arms all the way up and around. Reach those fingertips to either side of the room. Big reward for all that work. Roll out those shoulders. All right, if the knees have had enough, you're always welcome to fold that mat, maybe coming up into standing. Otherwise, we keep on rock and rolling just one more part of this arm series. So reach those arms on the exhale out to the side, that lateral lift. Flip the palms to face forward and draw just to 90. Look to the right and look to the left, making sure those shoulders are hugging the back of the body. The lowest rib is hugging towards the spine and the lower abdominals are lifting up and in towards that belly button. All right, we're going to take a nice robot as you exhale. Take those hands down almost as if you're wanting to low high five someone behind you. Shoulders are going to stay relatively where they are. They have a little lift naturally, and the elbows are going to stay on that countertop as you roll all the way back up, with or without weights, maybe standing, maybe right where you are. Hoo-wee. Last one. All right, elbows are at 90 degrees. Let's hug those elbows together at the front of the body. Those shoulder blades draw towards the front of the body, feeling that soft wrap. And those hands clasp, a little lift and lower. Keep breathing. Keep hugging in and up with those lower abdominals. Last 2 breaths. Punch all the way up to the ceiling, to the stars. Big wrap around. That beautiful reward for all that work. Take those weights off to the side. Roll out those shoulders, coming up to standing. Oh my goodness. Walk those feet out to either side of the mat or a little bit more than hip width distance apart. Toes are turning out, heels are turning in. Again, that tail is dropping right down in between, straight through that pelvis and all the way down to the mat below you. Hands float onto the hips. Nice square hips here. Reach to the crown of the head, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. We're ready to rock and roll into our nice wide-legged squat, or that sumo squat. Inhale, folding in. Make sure those knees are tracking over the second to third toe, and the tail is dropping right in between those legs. Exhale, press through the heels. Press, press, press all the way up, and lift. Engage the glutes at the top, and fold. Exhale. When you slow sumo squats down, they are actually really intense. Making sure you feel a little lift of the arches of the feet. All that press up is going to be right through those heels. You can even dance with those toes, engage those glutes. Last one. All right, from here we stay low. Whew. Little pulses up and down. Now it's not a bouncy pulse. We're not gonna kind of bounce all over the show today. We're gonna be nice and intentional, pressing through the heels, 2 inches and 2 inches down. Hello, quads. Keeping that tail nice and long, almost as if you're just sliding up and down the wall behind you. The shoulders are nice and stacked over those hips. And we feel that rib-hip connection. So draw the lowest rib, hug it in and down towards the spine. Last one. Pressing all the way up. Keep that stance, reach those arms out into that T. Flipping that left arm. Reaching that left arm up and over. Right arm's gonna dive underneath as you inhale, folding in. Back to center on the exhale. Flip the palms to the other side. Keep it slow. Keeping that control. I don't know what movie it's from, but you know that quote, that's walk with purpose. I always think of that when I'm doing these. Like, find that squat with purpose. Just me? All right. Last 2. Now forever we'll all be thinking that. Draw back to center. Drape those arms. Heel toe those feet back to hip width distance apart. Roll out those shoulders. Give them a little bit of love. We have our lunging series, optional with weights. Stepping to the middle or the top of that mat. Finding a space that feels good to you. Settling in. Feet are hip width distance apart. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to step back into a 90-90 lunge. So the first 1 or 2 might not look like a 90-90, but just checking in. We'll take it nice and slow all together. So we're going to find that bicep curl of the arms. Elbows stay attached to the torso. And then we're going to hinge through those hips. Lift that left heel and step it all the way back. Touch those toes down. Reach the crown of the head up to the sky. 90-90. And up. Feel that hinge. Step it back. Just the toes are going to tap. Stay in that hinge. Spine is nice and long. Reach that tail behind you. Hug the lowest rib. And then step it back. Slowly dip down. Slowly rise up and step it in. Last one. Ooh. From here, we're going to step back into that 90-90. Next time you're in that 90-90, making sure the knee and the ankle are tracking over one another. Those hips are nice and square. 2 headlights are facing the front. And we're going to punch it up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay low. Last 2. Last 1. Keep those arms reaching and little pulses up and down. Try not to bounce. Last 3, last 2, and 1. Draw those arms back in. Feel that hinge. Step it forward. Press down in that left foot. If you need to rise up, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, stay in that hinge. Roll onto the right tippy toes. Step it back. Reaching up and folding in. Press, hinge, step it forward. Last 2. My, oh my, that second side always hits different. All right, reset, recenter at that. Woo. Next time, add that nice pause and reach. Making sure that knee is stacking over that ankle, hips are square. For 4, you got it. For 3, all right, leave those arms up there. Little pulses up and down. Not those bouncy pulses, those gliding pulses. Last 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Fold those arms, hinge those hips, and step it forward. Drawing both feet down. Now we're in a ski squat. So those hips are nice and square. The spine is nice and long. The shoulders are soft. Those elbows have those ski poles in them. Just reaching it back, kicking those ski poles back, and fold in. Pressing through the heels, maybe even dance with the toes. Hug the lowest rib in and up. You can tell I'm getting tired too. Engage through the back of the arm, the tricep. Squeeze up with that elbow. Last 2. Last 1. This time, press it back and little squeezes in. In. Kick those pinkies a little higher up, but just squeezing in, almost as if you're squeezing a ball behind you. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold and punch all the way up. Big circle sweep all the way down. Oh, all right, we are done and dusted. Well done today, team. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, really, really well done. I know I'm getting tired. You could hear it in my voice. Shake out those arms. Take any other cool down that feels good to you. And let me know how you liked it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.